the Raider 88.1.
KTXT-FM is underwritten in part by the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, a movie theater in Lubbock located on the corner of North Slide Road and Loop 289, combining film, food, and drink all in one seat. Reserved seating, movie schedules, and upcoming events are available at their box office or online at drafthouse.com/Lubbock.
You are listening to KTXT-FM Lubbock, the Raider 88.1.
Good morning, Texas Tech. You're tuned into the Raider 88.1. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's your favorite Wednesday of the week, Woman Crush Wednesday. I'm here in the studio. I'm your host, Haley. I'll be here for the next hour, bringing you entertaining segments that should lighten up your morning a little bit, hopefully, or something. I don't know. But I'm joined in here by my favorite co-host, Miss Claire Collins.
Hello.
Hello. And Miss Alaina Porter.
Hi, all.
Hi, Alaina.
So
All
nice
of Alaina.
to... That's weird.
That was weird. That was a weird statement.
Hello. Good to be here this morning. Got some coffee.
Yes.
I am all here.
Yes. That's
including my brain.
I'm
mostly
like 85%. 15% still in bed. I'm just done. But that's okay. I can't be done yet. We have so much more.
So much.
So much more. But it's okay. We'll be fine. We also have DG running board for us. He's the bomb.com.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
We're here.
It's like
we're here.
It feels like Tuesday, even though it's Wednesday.
It's
because
so weird.
Monday was a holiday, and
which was delightful, and yet it's thrown everything off.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like I love having Mondays off. I do. It's so I'm not complaining, but like it throws my whole week for a loop.
Because now there's like not as much time to do everything that we typically do in a week.
I'm not even really sure what all I have to do because I haven't been to my Monday classes, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
There's so many things to do today that I
had no idea.
Don't know what they are.
So that's cool, but you know what? We'll survive probably. I know most kids go to college and they live through it, so I think we'll be okay. But yeah, me too. Okay, well y'all stick around for the next hour, and we're gonna bring you some news updates, some sports updates, and it's gonna be epic. So let's go ahead and get started with your KTXT news update. Former President George H.W. Bush is in the hospital for a mild case of pneumonia. His spokesman said the 92-year-old was admitted to Houston Methodist Hospital on Friday after having a persistent cough. Bush is said to be in very good spirits while he rests and regains his strength. Bush was hospitalized in intensive care in January for a respiratory problem related to pneumonia. In that case, he had to undergo a procedure to remove a blockage from his lungs. The hospitalization forced him to miss President Trump's inauguration. Senator Ted Cruz is telling San Antonio's Hispanic Chamber of Commerce that repealing Obamacare is not a dead issue in Congress. In yesterday's meeting with local business leaders, Cruz said Republican efforts to eliminate the Affordable Care Act were unsuccessful in the House, but Congress is just getting started. Cruz says tax relief and immigration reform are also high on his list of priorities. A wrongful death lawsuit is being filed over last month's South Texas church bus crash that left 13 dead. The family of a New Braunfels church member who died in the crash is suing the driver of the truck that smashed head-on into the church bus. Jack Young's accusers claim he was smoking marijuana, using prescription drugs, and texting while driving before the March 29th crash. The suit also accuses Young's father, Joseph Young, of negligence by letting his son get behind the wheel. Police so far have not pressed any charges against Young, but the crash is still under investigation. And finally, the wounded San Antonio veteran who carried the American flag during the Boston Marathon is making it clear, quote, "This is not about me." The retired U.S. Marine lost the lower portion of his left leg when he stepped on an IED in Afghanistan 6 years ago. Jose Sanchez, on an Instagram account, that he said he's proud to be an American and he carried the U.S. flag in the marathon this past Monday to make that point. That does it for your KTXT News Update. We'll have more news for you at the half hour, but first, here is DG with your weather.
Thanks, Haley. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity. Sunny today with highs in the upper 80s. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Lows in the upper 50s. Southwesterly winds continuing 10 to 15 miles per hour. And a tad bit cooler tomorrow, but still mostly sunny Thursday. Highs in the mid-70s expected. Looks like slight rain chances in the picture Thursday night. And sunny and windy for Friday. Currently in Lubbock, a few clouds, 60 degrees. The relative humidity at, what is that, 60%? I can't even read my own internet here. 86%. Wind is from the south at 13 miles per hour. Now back to my favorite Wednesday of the week, Women's Crush Wednesday here on Good Morning Texas Tech.
It's a good Wednesday.
It's the best Wednesday of the week,
best
as
Wednesday.
Haley says.
We need to make that like our
slogan?
Yes, it needs to be the best Wednesday of the week. I think it's a good one.
It's not bad.
I didn't catch that the first time you said it, and then I was like, wait, there's only one Wednesday in the
That's
week.
the best one today.
But it's the best time of day.
Yeah,
Uh,
kind of.
well, the show time.
The show.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is great. You should definitely spend if you have to be awake at this point in time, definitely spend it with us.
Listen to us.
It's your best time of day if you're awake.
Yeah, okay.
I like that.
That's good. That's a good one, too. I like my slogan better, but that one's good, too.
Okay.
I like mine better.
You're perfect, Alaina.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Apparently not.
Oh, the shade is
feel
getting started early.
uncomfortable.
It's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and let's talk about a couple of these stories. Okay, first of all, George H.W. Bush was hospitalized for pneumonia. That man is 92.
He is.
That's crazy.
Getting older.
Getting older, up in years. But, I mean, he's still kicking. Like, he's still out and about and doing things and all that, so.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Hope he feels better. Whoa.
Jinx.
Whoa. That was
You owe
weird.
me a soda.
No, I said it first. That's how that works.
Alaina's gonna fight today. She's ready to throw down. It's fine.
No.
Okay, well, yeah, so, that one, I can't believe he's 92. That's crazy.
That's crazy. How old is the other Bush?
Well, probably
George
in his 70s,
WW.
early 80s. No, he wouldn't be. That's
These
too.
70s, you think?
Right? DG, how old is George W. Bush? He's probably in his early,
Give me
late
a second,
70s.
I'll Google it.
Okay,
Ooh, Google.
I would think late 70s, because
Yeah, that's
you
what
have
I'm
to do
thinking.
some math. No? But
Think about that.
early.
his
Think
dad,
about that for a moment.
so late 60s? I don't know. His dad's 92, so, like, if he were in his 80s, then his dad would have had to have been,
Yeah.
like, 12 when he had him.
Right.
So, early
so late
70s. Yeah.
would mean
Young. Wow, this is the most intelligent conversation I've had
I know.
today. So,
Okay.
DG Googled it,
W is 70.
though. W is
70.
70.
That
okay,
makes sense.
that makes more
Okay,
sense.
that
All
does.
right, there we
Makes
go.
a lot of
That's
sense.
good. Well, that's good. Well, our thoughts and prayers go to George H.W. Bush. Hope you
Yes.
feel better soon, sir. Okay, so I did want to talk about this. We didn't do this in the update, but I did want to talk about the story just a little bit. If anybody was paying attention to the interwebs over Easter, on Easter actually, social media, all that fun stuff, there was a shooting in Cleveland it wasn't like it was just one person got shot, so I don't know if that qualifies as a shooting. But Steve Stevens on Facebook Live shot and killed a man, Mr. Godwin. I can't remember his first name. I'm trying to find it. But he shot and killed a man on Facebook Live, and then he just took off. And they've been looking for him since Sunday. And they
Now, was it on Facebook Live or he just took video which he later posted to Facebook?
No, it was on Facebook Live.
Wow.
He got on Facebook Live and he was like, he said he was about to kill someone because of his girlfriend. He was mad at his girlfriend, and so he was like, all that's about to happen is because of her. And so he like filmed himself like getting out of the car. He went up to Mr. Godwin, Robert Godwin, and he shot him like point blank on Facebook Live. Like it's on the video. It's crazy. And then he went and got back in his car, and I think he ended that Facebook Live, and then he got back on Facebook when he was calling his friend to tell him what he did, and he said he was going to kill. He said he was going to kill more people, like 13 more people, and police have yet to find any other victims. They don't know what he's talking about because he said he'd already killed 13 people, but they haven't found any other bodies. The only one they know about, the only victim is Mr. Godwin. So, but they have been looking for him since Sunday, and they found him yesterday in Pennsylvania. He went to a McDonald's to get chicken nuggets and French fries, and the person working the drive-thru recognized him and called the police, and they tried to keep him there by withholding his french fries. They were like, the fries are just going to take a minute. You just have to chill for a second. And he was like, no, I got to go. And he left without his fries. Like, so, but the police, like, they came and they
That should have been a giveaway right there. Who leaves McDonald's without the fries?
It's
very true.
That's the best part.
Yeah, but they chased him for like 2 miles. I think they pursued him. They like hit his car, and so like as he was like fishtailing, like he took his own life. So that's how that ended yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and nobody, like everybody that knew him, he worked at a he worked with children in Cleveland. Like he worked at a youth mentor program. He has no like violent criminal history records, anything like that. Just a few like driving traffic violations, but other than that, like his record's clean. So yeah, that's what police are trying to figure out, is like why he did what he did.
Like what happened.
That's weird. He said it was because of his girlfriend. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said his girlfriend made him mad. And but like it's weird.
That's
like the woman was like, I don't really know what he's talking about. Like he was at my house like 2 days ago fixing my garage door. Like he was fine. So like he just kind of flipped a switch, I guess, which happens.
Crazy, yeah.
But it's really weird. But like Godwin's family has spoken out, and they've all said like they forgive him. Like they're not angry at him. Like they just wish that he had some kind of closure or resolution, and that they don't want everybody remembering their dad as like a murder victim, but like a good Christian man who loved the Lord and was kind to everyone he met. So
wow. So he didn't know Mr. Godwin.
He
walked up.
he just was a completely random target.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Godwin was walking home from like a family like Easter celebration, and he just walked up to him on the street. So it's very sad.
It's really sad.
I know, it's awful. And it's weird. I've been reading a lot of stuff on like CNN about it, and they were talking about how a lot of people are thinking like this age with like the internet and what we have with social media, a lot is done for attention, and that's a huge platform for that. And so this is kind of like a case study for that now.
That's true.
Yeah,
which
there's
is really
definitely a danger to social media. And there are actually a lot of studies like how it's kind of changing the way we seek attention, and that it's actually harming a lot of us, like even if we don't realize it, that we are getting that effect from having likes on stuff, and that is like fueling this. But yeah, this is definitely a serious case of that.
Well, like how many times do y'all like take a picture, like you're in a moment and you're like, wow, I really need to take a picture, I could get so many likes on this. Like do y'all ever do that?
Yes.
It's just natural for our generation. Like it's what we do.
No, yeah. It really is.
But I mean, it's not something our parents did. It's not something our parents do. Like I don't know a lot of people our parents' age that like are constantly posting updates on their life.
No.
But like I have a lot of friends, like anything happens and it's on Facebook. You know, like their kid goes to the doctor's office and it's on Facebook.
Yeah, even stuff I don't really care about.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
So, I don't know. I thought it was really interesting.
I can't believe he used Facebook Live as a...
I know. And it took Facebook
my
a little while to
gosh.
take it down, too.
So they did take it down,
It's
though.
taken down, but
Facebook.
I mean...
You can probably
He posted... I read somewhere that he posted a video saying he was going to do that. And nobody reported it. No one took it down. And then he did it on another video, and that one was immediately taken down, and his account was disabled. But somebody like got a hold of the video and uploaded it on YouTube, and that's how like I know a lot of people saw it. I'm not sure. I'm very doubtful it's still there. I'm sure YouTube took it down.
Did no one believe him when he was like, "I'm going to kill someone"?
I don't know.
Maybe they watched it, but
I don't know. But
I feel like if I saw that, one of my friends would be like,
what?
I'd be confused.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm glad we got to talk about that just a little bit. But I don't know, that happened this weekend. So again, thoughts and prayers with Mr. Godwin's family and
definitely,
and just everyone involved in this situation, because it's really sad. But so on that note, we're gonna go ahead and go to our first song, "Good People" by Jack Johnson. Y'all keep it locked to the left. We will be back with your sports after this.
crying.
I know. Hey, Facebook Live. Hope y'all are having a wonderful, I almost said Saturday.
The best Wednesday of the week.
A wonderful
Yes.
Wednesday. It's a great Wednesday. Best one of the week, in fact. But yeah, if y'all were just tuned into our discussion about what happened in Cleveland this weekend.
Adam on Facebook says that guy shot himself in my hometown of Erie.
Yes, Erie, Pennsylvania.
Erie.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, that happened.
And I think what caused problems initially was they weren't sure where he was.
No.
You know, they had to track his account down and kind of figure out where he was posting from.
Yeah, he and there have been as soon as they put out a wanted for him, reward, all that, there were sightings of him all over the United, as far away as Texas. People were calling in saying they'd seen him.
Well, it's good that person in McDonald's paid attention because it was actually,
Yeah, it was actually him.
So.
I think that the person who reported him from McDonald's also is trying to cash in on the reward.
Oh, is there a reward? Okay,
yeah.
Well,
that's what I read. That's what I read somewhere. I really
Probably
should check that out first. But yeah, I think that's what happened. So anyway, but yeah,
man,
I know it was really sad. Really, just awful.
News is sad.
News is
I
sad.
know it needs to be a little happy.
I tried to be happy with my last story about the vet that carried the American flag in the Boston Marathon.
Oh yeah,
that's
that was
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was
pretty cool. There also the cool about the Boston Marathon. The first woman who ever ran it.
I saw that.
Yeah, she ran it again, but her first time that she was the first woman to ever run the Boston Marathon.
That's
and
awesome.
there's a picture. It's a really cool picture. Well, it's not cool. It's sad that it happened, but it's good. What came of it? She was during the race. She had her number on everybody else. And this picture, you can see one of the people that are putting the race on ran out and tried to grab her number and pull her out because women weren't really, they'd never done that. They'd never run in the race before. And he was you're not running in my race. I'm not going to let a woman be in this. And the other men that were running the race were grabbing him and pulling him away from her so she could keep going.
And
it's
they
really
took
cool.
a picture of it. Oh, I need to look that up.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
It's very
Well,
cool.
good for
but-
her.
Yeah,
Woman
I know.
power.
Yeah,
I'm all
way to
about
go.
that.
Woman Crush Wednesday.
Woman Crush Wednesday.
There we go.
Woman Power Wednesday.
Woman Power Wednesday. Okay, well, Facebook, we are going to go ahead and let DG get ready for the sports update, so we will talk to you soon.
And good morning, everyone. 17 minutes past 8 o'clock. It's DG with your KTXT Sports Update. The Rangers were held to 3 hits and a 4-2 loss to the A's in Oakland. Elvis Andrus and Numar Mazzara drove in runs in the top of the 6th to stake Texas to a 2-0 lead, but Oakland scored 4 times in the bottom half. Yu Darvish pitched 5 and a third innings to take the loss. Now the Rangers and A's wrap up the 3-game series today in Oakland. Martin Perez will get the start for Texas opposite A's right-hander Jesse Hahn. The Rangers will return home after today's game to begin a 10-game homestand tomorrow against the Kansas City Royals. The Cowboys are keeping guard Zach Martin for at least 2 more seasons. The boys have picked up the 5th-year option on his contract. It will pay him over $9.3 million. At least in 2018. That's through 2018. Martin has been selected to the Pro Bowl in each of his first 3 seasons. The Cowboys drafted the Notre Dame product 16th overall back in 2014. And the Cowboys continue their voluntary off-season program. The 3-phase program begins with 2 weeks dedicated to strength and conditioning and physical rehabilitation. No on-field work is allowed during this phase. The NFL draft is a week from Thursday in Philadelphia. And the Cowboys will find out their 2017 regular season schedule tomorrow. The league will unveil the complete slate in a 2-hour special on NFL Network at 7 p.m. The Cowboys already know their opponents, which were released in January. The preseason schedule came out last week. 3 arenas in North Texas will host future NCAA tournament games. SMU's Moody Coliseum will hold regional finals of the women's tournament in 2020. American Airlines will have first and second round games during the 2021 men's tourney. And the new venue being built in Fort Worth will host the men's tournament games in 2022. I'm DG. That's your KTXT Sports Update.
Thank you so much, DG, for that awesome sports update. You do it better than any of us could ever hope to do, boss.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's pretty true.
It's pretty
pretty
accurate.
true. But, yeah. So
Maybe a little bit of truth.
Maybe a little bit. True. So next week is the draft in Philadelphia. That's pretty exciting.
Ooh.
We got Mahomes in the draft. He's a first-round pick.
No, he can't leave.
I don't know. Yeah, he's a first-round pick, so that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Hey, that's kind of exciting that we have a Red Raider in the...
Yeah. Like a big one, too.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
I'm
exciting.
Happy for
I
him.
don't know if, I don't really know how, I know this sounds bad, but, how it works where, are there, favorites for who might take him?
I'm sure, yeah.
I'm not sure who that would be. DG, do you know anyone who might want?
Who's Mahomes again? Remind me.
Right, okay.
What school did he go to?
My homie.
Was it
My
local?
homie. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I have not been keeping up, but I understand that there are some potential picks. I'm not really up on it. I don't keep track of it, but from what little I have heard, there are several different teams that are looking to maybe snatch him up. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know where he ranks in the picks as to which round, if he's going to be in the first round or
he's first round.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's first round pick. I've heard some rumblings about different Texas teams that are looking at him, but honestly, I'm not entirely 100% up to date on that. But it's still exciting. He's a first round pick.
That's cool. Wow. And he's our age.
Mhm.
He's our age.
I know.
That's going
weird.
into the NFL.
I know.
And we're still in college.
I know. It's weird. Yeah.
And is he younger than me then?
Yeah, he's younger than you.
I think he would be a junior.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's younger than you.
It's
He's
okay.
gonna be-
You're about to have a degree.
He'll be making
That's
millions.
cool. I don't even wear matching socks most days. So, some of us are doing a lot better than others. But, yeah, so go Mahomes. We're excited for you. If you're listening to us, recommend
My homie.
the NFL.
Me and my homies.
So exciting.
I'm wearing that shirt that day.
I love that shirt. It's a good shirt. I don't know where mine is. It's fine.
That's really
It's okay.
sad.
I know. Isn't it awful? Okay, so I really wanted to talk about this a little bit first before we do Alaina's predictions. The Boston Marathon was on Monday, so that's freaking cool. We had a girl from Tech actually went and ran in it. I interviewed her last
Really?
week.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
she ran the Boston
cool.
Marathon. So that's pretty epic.
Good for her.
I know. I don't know if y'all see, we talked about this on Facebook Live, but for our listeners not on Facebook Live, there is the first woman who ran the Boston Marathon years and years and years and years ago, ran it again on Monday. She's 70 years old. She's awesome. She rocks. The pictures of her running this marathon are if I can't get myself out of bed to run 2 miles, I'm pathetic, because she ran 26 miles
70.
twice, and she's 70. Yeah. There's a picture of her from the first Boston Marathon where one of the people who was putting the race on didn't want her to run because she was a woman, and so they tried to physically remove her from the race and pull her out. And there's other racers, male racers, are jumping on this guy to let her go so she can keep running, and it's really cool. So more power to you, ma'am. Thanks for representing women. That's pretty exciting.
Did you see the end of the marathon?
I did not. The two, they were newbies, right? They won.
Well, I don't know. The very end, at the very, very end, the last people to cross the line was he a military vet carrying that woman? Did you see this? It was making the social media rounds.
Oh, that's
I didn't
cool.
see that.
Yeah,
No.
evidently this woman had a prosthetic leg, and I guess she had collapsed, and this other guy came along and basically
Wow.
scooped her
Oh
up
my
and carried her
goodness.
on his back, and
That's
then they crossed the
awesome.
line.
That's
Wow.
fantastic.
There you go. I feel at that point, after you've run 26 miles, it's kind of just you know what? This is already terrible. Let's just...
Might as well.
Might as well. That's
I'm about
pretty
to die
cool.
anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
You know, I think it's kind of a glass half full, half empty sort of a thing. There's winning the marathon, and then there's completing the
Yeah,
marathon.
I don't think
And
my
they're not
goal would be
necessarily the
to
same
win
thing.
at
Yeah.
all.
Definitely
I
not.
just would want to
If I
finish
finish,
it.
it'd be a miracle. Just finishing.
That's pretty exciting. You have to have a qualifying time to be able to run it. There's a lot that goes into doing it. It's not just anybody can go. You-
Just for the Boston? Or is that
Just for the
anyone?
Boston
Okay.
Marathon.
Other
I'm sure there are other
marathons,
marathons at different
the Dallas
times.
Marathon, you can do.
Yeah,
But
but the Boston one, you have to have a qualifying time to get in. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, everybody that ran it, you rock. Can't
Wow.
do that. I did 2 miles yesterday.
Ooh.
Good job.
Go team.
I did not.
That's
do
okay.
that. I need a donut right now. I don't know.
Hey, it's fine. Donuts are good.
All the exercise you need.
Exactly. You know, we didn't even take the stairs this morning. Okay, well,
I stopped us from taking this.
she did, in fact, but it's fine.
Sorry, Haley.
It's okay. We're good. It's fine. We also took the bus. It's okay. So there is a baseball game this weekend. I think, Claire, didn't you? There's a few baseball games. Are they the last home games?
No, they're not.
They're not? Okay, good.
Maybe next weekend.
No.
Is it not? Okay, I'm wrong.
That's okay. That's more opportunities to go.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was looking through the schedule. That's how I know. I don't just know this off the top of my head. There's even some going into late May. So
That's awesome.
we have time. There's some next weekend that'll be here.
Good deal.
There's some 2 weeks from then that'll be here.
Awesome.
So that'll be fun.
That's
I
exciting.
definitely want to go to
who-
a baseball game.
Who are we playing this week, and what is their mascot, Alaina?
We are playing Oklahoma State.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is. It is by far probably one of the toughest ones to predict because their mascot is Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
He looks exactly
They're kind of the same.
like
aren't they?
Raider Red.
What?
Like
Well, OSU has the
That's
guns
great.
up thing. That's kind of
That's their thing
an
too.
issue. Yeah.
they're very
Ew.
very close to us. I'm
You
I'm
know
trying
what?
to find some differences.
Fun fact I think about Pistol Pete. I think. Okay, so the oldest Duggar sister's husband,
Yes,
wasn't he their
he was
mascot?
Pistol
He was
Pete.
Pistol Pete for OSU
Yeah.
before they were. He was a
Isn't that-
Duggar,
yeah.
or I guess he didn't become a Duggar, but kind of he did. Kind of become one.
I think my aunt had a student that was Pistol Pete. My whole
There you
family's from
go.
Oklahoma, so they're.
Oh,
I know.
That's cool.
I'm the only Texan.
I still like the family. They're nice people.
Thanks.
We used
Okay,
to have a
so-
Pistol Pete's Pizza here in Lubbock.
Oh,
Really?
That's wrong.
So we can't-
It was a pretty good place. They had back in the days of video games, they had a big array of video games, and
Oh,
then they
that's
had
cool.
a giant carousel. They had a carousel in the restaurant. It was really
Okay.
cool.
Okay, that's
That
kinda
sounds like
cool,
fun.
That's
I
kind of
guess.
cool, I guess.
They should have just renamed it, but
And they had pizza.
And that's even better.
They
I
should
like
have had
That's
Raider
really a
Red
win-win.
pizza.
Raider Red Pizza. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so our predictions then. Since Pistol Pete, it seems like it's going to be a pretty even matchup.
yeah, I'm trying to like literally find differences. So, Oklahoma State, one thing they got going for him is it looks like he's got a lot of rounds on his belt. Like he's got some backup fire. He also has 2 guns.
I was going to say, we have 2.
we
know, I
do
was
have
about to
2
say
guns.
Dang it.
So do they. We have tighter pants.
We have a better mustache.
We do have a better mustache and tighter pants and a cape. So we're
See,
more like a superhero.
That's better. I think Raider Red's going to win because he's not from Oklahoma.
But you always say that.
Valid.
Valid point.
Always say that.
I know, but I have a feeling in my gut.
I feel like I have to go with Oklahoma State just based off the facts of the fact, like, he's got backup rounds, okay?
That's because Raider Red only needs 1 shot, Alaina. Have you ever watched Pirates of the
This could be
Caribbean?
a long, long fight. We don't know.
He does
It
look-
won't be.
They have like,
He's so
all the
ugly.
same thing.
I don't
He
like
looks kind of
him.
experienced, so like he's been through a few
Yeah.
fights. Like
So is
fist
Raider
fights
Red.
and
which is
gun
why
fights.
he has
you
extra
both-
rounds.
But Raider Red has a really cool mustache, so I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
bigger eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know. His head's bigger.
bigger eyes, so he's a bigger target.
No, he sees more. He sees everything.
Raider Red's guns are bigger. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
I vote Raider Red.
Of course you do.
I go Raider Red always.
Support Raider Red.
It doesn't matter because I'm the only unbiased.
Shut down Pistol Pete.
I'm biased.
This was your completely unbiased and accurate sports update brought to you by Women Crush Wednesday. Go Red Raiders! Okay, we're going to go ahead and go to our next song, So Much to Say by the Dave Matthews Band. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Keep it locked to the left. We'll be back soon. Hello, Facebook. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day.
What are you going to? Are we going to do news after this? Because
Well-
y'all talked through that segment.
I know we did. I really wanted to do this segment though. Like it's one I wanted to talk about for 13 Reasons Why for that show that's coming out or that's out and people are watching it and there's a lot of
Thoughts.
discussion around it. Yeah. Joel said 10 out of 10 sports update. Recommend.
Yay, thanks.
Thanks, Joel. So I don't know. Can we not do news, or should we do news? How do you feel, DG? I would prefer I really want to do this segment.
Well, you tell me.
We could
I'm just the producer.
shorten what grinds my gears.
Yeah, we could. Because
I don't have
I don't
any.
think I have.
Well, and have we seen our
Lisa
guest?
Lowe is coming. She
Is she?
emailed
Okay.
me.
All
Yes,
right.
so she'll be here at the end. But so I really do want to do the 13 Reasons Why discussion.
Or would you rather do it in place of Grinds My Gears?
We could do
we
that.
could do that. I don't really think I have a.
Yeah, we
I
could
don't
do
have
that. Let me look up
so.
some news real quick. Well, because what are we going to do? Are we going to go and just do news and then the next song?
We can do that too.
That's weird.
No, it's not. It's the best Wednesday of the week. What are you
It
talking
is.
about?
We make our own rules.
That's right.
Everything's good about this.
It's Women's Crush Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're crushing it.
We are crushing it.
So Mac.
It's so mad.
That's so mac and cheese.
So Mac.
It's so mad. Great statements. Okay, well, let me find some stories. Also, there's not a whole bunch of stories on Source Metro today.
You,
You can do a Dallas update, I think.
Ooh.
They've got some. They've got a couple of good ones. There's a case of the bathroom bill light being discussed in the Metroplex, and there's also a court case of a county commissioner in Dallas who's basically under indictment for what do you call it? Taking bribes.
Nice.
Oh.
So I think that's in. It's either in the first Dallas or second Dallas update on Metro.
Good
so
to know.
we've got about a minute 40 left on this
Awesome.
song. So
Okay, cool. Well, Facebook, thanks for sticking with us and listening to us do our show planning as we're on the show. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're good. It's been a long
we're
week.
prepared. We know.
Did anyone yesterday say it's been such a long week? Because I sure did.
I
And
did.
then I was
It
like,
felt like I don't even know what yesterday was. It wasn't. It didn't feel like a Monday, but it didn't feel like a Tuesday. I don't know.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
confused.
No, I feel you. I feel
Just trying
you.
to find a way to combine those two, Monday, Tuesday.
To Monday? Tuesday. This is, well,
Montu?
no,
Montu day.
There is no good way.
there is no good way to state that.
Moose day.
Sure. Sure, Claire.
Tuesday?
Sure. That's a good one.
It's a moose day.
To Moose Day. That's a good one. Okay. Well, I have some stories, so this is good.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, you know what's interesting is there, since that lawsuit is being pushed for this, the Jack Young who wrecked his bus and killed all those people.
Oh, yeah.
They're pushing to make it like a statewide, like you can't text and drive kind of bill.
Hey, that's probably a good thing.
the best.
Yeah. People will
Yeah.
need to stop.
All right, so are we going into news? Okay. So bye, Facebook. We'll be back soon.
Later.
All right. Good morning, Texas Tech. That was So Much to Say by Dave Matthews Band. We're going to go ahead and do your KTXT news update. A Carrollton lawmaker's version of the so-called bathroom bill gets a committee hearing today in Austin, and Governor Abbott is already signaling his approval. The alternative legislation developed by local state representative Ron Simmons takes a broader approach than its Senate counterpart by not singling out transgenders, but critics say it would still invalidate all existing city ordinances designed to prevent transgenders from being denied the bathroom of their choice. The federal corruption trial of Dallas County Commissioner John Wiley Price will go to the jury today. Price is accused of accepting nearly $1 million in bribes from lobbyist Kathy Neely in exchange for helping her clients do business with Dallas County. Defense attorneys for Price say the cash, vehicles, and land he received over a 10-year period were simply the repayment of loans and expenses and not income. The University of Texas San Antonio will be working with both the ATF and FBI on who might be calling in bomb threats that have forced evacuations on 2 consecutive nights. No explosives were discovered in either incident. Last night, the 4-story McKinney Humanities building was briefly evacuated so San Antonio police dogs could be brought in to confirm there were no explosives. And a wrongful death lawsuit also calls for a state ban on texting while driving. The suit stems from last month's crash that killed 13 members of a New Braunfels church. Witnesses say Jack Young was texting while driving the bus that hit the church bus head-on. The lawsuit against Young seeks damages for one victim's family. The suit also calls for a bill that would outlaw texting while driving. Police so far have not pressed any charges against Young. The crash is still under investigation. That does it for your KTXT half-hour news update. I'll keep it locked to the left. Here we have DG with your weather.
Thanks, Haley. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity. Another spectacular day here on the South Plains. Sunny with highs in the upper 80s today. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Lows in the upper 50s. Southwesterly winds continuing 10 to 15 miles per hour. And a bit cooler tomorrow, mostly sunny Thursday. Highs in the mid-70s. A passage of a cold front is going to be bringing slight chances of rain tomorrow night. And then sunny and windy conditions on Friday. Highs in the mid-80s. Currently in Lubbock, fair skies, 60 degrees. The relative humidity at 93%. Wind is from the south at 9 miles per hour. So what did we decide? Are we going to go into a song or just go straight into the discussion?
Yeah, let's go ahead and go into our next song. Well,
what did y'all say?
39 Million Miles by Jason.
93 million
39,
miles
I
Jason
cannot
Ross.
read.
Okay, right here on the best Wednesday of the week, Women's Crush Wednesday on the Raider 88.1.
Oh, this is 93 million miles.
Sorry for the awkwardness there. That
It's
was
fine. It's
that was
okay.
awkward, but anyway.
That was awkward.
There we go.
It's
awkward.
It's okay. That's funny. 93 million miles by Jason Mraz.
39 million.
I'm falling apart.
Either one.
Nah.
It's fine. But yeah, so this next segment, we're going to go ahead and talk about the new TV show, 13 Reasons Why. It's on Netflix original. It's based on a book that I read in, like, intermediate school.
It's an old book. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it came out in 2007.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's older,
definitely.
and I'm surprised they made a series out of it so,
Yeah.
like, long after it was published. But,
They were going to make a movie.
oh,
I
really?
believe. And then I think Selena Gomez was going to be the main star.
So
And I guess it didn't work out, but now she's a producer in the
Producer.
show. So,
Okay.
I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're going to go ahead and talk about that. We've got some opinions on it.
We should see Facebook comment. What do you think about
Yeah,
13
Facebook,
Reasons Why?
please.
Tell us.
Facebook's
Talk
quiet
with us.
today. We just have Joel saying Moose
So
Day.
what is this show about? I keep hearing about it. I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so 13 Reasons Why is about a girl named Hannah Baker. She takes her own life, and she leaves tapes for 13 people explaining how they had a hand in her suicide, like how they caused it. And it's like the box of 13 tapes goes to each person, so everybody has to listen to all 13 tapes and then send it to the next person on the list. And so this is from the perspective, I think, of he's not the last person on the list.
He's
but
a medium person.
He's in the middle, yeah. And this particular boy has been in love with Hannah Baker since they were little kids. And so his tape is how he had a hand in her suicide. And there's just been a lot of discussion and debate around it. A lot of people really like it, but I know a lot of people don't, particularly parents. So, yeah, I think I'm excited to talk about this. But yeah, it's interesting. My mom was asking about what it is too over Easter break, and I had to explain it to her.
And where is this being shown?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yeah.
It's original.
Yeah, it's TVMA too. Like, it's not for anyone under 17. You're not supposed to
Yeah.
watch it, which obviously, like,
They
people
are.
are watching it, so that's
And they
a
have the
problem.
little discretion at the beginning.
Yeah,
of the
disclaimers.
Episodes. Yeah, disclaimers. Mm-hmm.
So,
It's intense.
I don't know. It's intense. I know Brian watched it, and he liked it. Savannah
watched half of
did
it.
not like it. I haven't watched it. Alaina hasn't watched it. So, it should be interesting. But yeah,
read it.
Facebook. I did read it, yeah. So, Facebook, if you would, please comment your opinions, and then we can talk about them a little bit on our show. And also, don't go anywhere, because we'll be back after this segment. Bye. All right, that was 93 Million Miles by Jason Mraz. You're tuned in to Woman Crush Wednesday here on Good Morning Texas Tech on the Raider 88.1. It's been a fun show so far. I've had some good discussions, but we're going to go ahead now and talk a little bit about a new series that is sweeping Netflix called 13 Reasons Why. If you have any access to any form of social media, I'm sure you've heard about it, or the news or anything. But it is a new show based on a book that came out in 2007, I think you said, Claire. I read it when I was in intermediate school. Elena's read it. And Claire's seen the series. She's seen part of it, right?
Yeah, and I read like half of the book.
Okay.
Didn't finish it.
So we are the experts.
We are clearly the experts here on
talking
this.
about.
I know Savannah saw it. Savannah's sick today, so she was not able to join us.
We
but
miss you, Savannah.
we do. We miss you, Sav. Okay, so what the premise of this show is about is this girl, Hannah Baker. They're in high school, I think. She takes her own life. And she leaves 13 tapes for 13 people about like how they impacted her life and why like they contributed to her decision to kill herself. And the tapes go to each person individually, and then they watch all 13 tapes, and then or listen to them, and then send them to the next person. It's very intense, as what I've been told. It's very graphic.
It is.
There's a lot of like warnings, trigger warnings, viewer discretion. It's rated TV MA, like you're not supposed to watch it unless you're, over 17, which you can put that warning, but I know a lot of kids have
Watched it.
Yeah, seen it, have access to it, because it's not exactly like Netflix blocks things from people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Thoughts on this? Do y'all have any opinions? I know Claire, you only watched half of it, right?
I think I got to episode 6, and then I'm not gonna lie, I skipped to the last episode and watched that. Which I know is probably terrible,
No, it's okay.
but I did. And so, I don't know, I think it's a topic that needs to be known. Like, people need to know what's going on in the world about, but it was just, I don't know, when I watch a show, I don't want to be depressed. I would watch it and then I would just be sad the rest of the day. And I'm like, I don't want to do that to myself. But yeah, I think it had a good message, kind of,
a good premise.
A good premise, but it was just so graphic and so like just really sad, and
Yeah.
it was just too much for me to handle. I couldn't watch the rest of it, but how was the book? What do y'all think when you read the book? Was it graphic at all?
Yeah, I mean, well, and see, that's what's interesting.
too
It wasn't
much.
too bad. It was but it was a book. Like, they were able to kind of talk a little bit more than, like, and it wouldn't be as graphic as showing it. But I know, like, the show has 2 rape scenes in it. I know there's another, like, there's a lot of talk about, obviously, suicide. Other kids are talking now about killing themselves, stuff like that, like, on this show. And in the book, the way she took her life, she took pills. On the show, I know she like used razors. And like one commenter, like someone wrote an article about it, and she was talking about how she feels, she's a parent too, and so she feels like what they did with this series is they tried to ramp up like the graphic content, the like the shock value, make it be this thing that you want to see, like you want to watch how it ends, like what's going to happen. Like the whole series is building up to the last episode where she kills herself. And the mom that was talking in this article was like, that's not the way that it should be presented, like it's not something you should be looking forward to seeing,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
inadvertently,
Yeah.
like that's how the show makes it be. And
Yeah.
I don't know, and a lot of people that I haven't seen the show, so I can't personally say how I feel about it, but I know a lot of commenters, like, that's their concern, is that it's kind of glorifying this
Suicide?
Yeah, glorifying suicide, glorifying the person who did it. Because I know in the show, like, Hannah, like, everybody's saying such nice things about her and talking well about her, and like nobody's really talking about all the awful stuff that happened to her, but
Yeah.
it like leaves this like kind of Jesus complex image of her after she kills herself, and like a lot of people are saying like that's not good for people that are struggling with those issues. It doesn't give them the right kind of image of what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like that aspect of revenge that she gets at the end by like making them listen.
Yeah.
I could just like easily see how a kid who is going through a rough time like could potentially like, I don't know, see that and
Yeah.
use it, like
a good
be like, oh, this is a great way to get revenge on people, commit suicide, like, and make them know that they're the reason why. And like, I mean, a lot of people do struggle with depression, and so the idea of, I don't know, glorifying it and like making it seem like a solution
Is not.
good.
Yeah, that's my problem
That's
with
not
it.
Yeah.
That's exactly my issue with it. I know a woman who I was reading one article about it, and this woman works for a suicide prevention like center, and like because the people who made this video, this series, like they did go and talk to experts and they talked to people about so that they would have realistic like background information.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things they tell people who are going to show a suicide on screen is like, you should never like actually show the act of it. Like you don't want people to see, like, because it's like a step by step. That's what someone said. They were like, they showed her going to get what she was going to get and how she did it, and
she like cleaned her room.
Yeah, all the
did
things.
Yeah,
and so it was saying like that's not what you're supposed to do, and so they ignored that advice like when making the series. But there are people that I know enjoyed not enjoyed the show like for the content, because obviously like it's really dark, but like agreed that it's something that needs to be broached. And we actually have a comment here on Facebook from Trisha Earl. She works in the Women's Studies Department here on Texas Tech campus. So her question is, something I was wondering is, do you think that the 13 reasons are specific to Hannah, or does it represent a mixture of multiple issues that many young women face?
See, that's kind of what I like. Whenever I watch this show, I felt like they really amped up all the things that she, and I know people go through these things, but she went through those 13 things like, that's crazy. I feel like the book, they kind of amped it up so that you could see kind of
how extreme
it could be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was more just what happens to women in general, or even people in general, like these things that happen that kind of hurt our self-esteem and make us depressed. But and Hannah was kind of like representation of all.
So, like the scapegoat.
Took
all of that and dealt with it. Yeah, I definitely think like what happened to her, like all of the 13 reasons, like that is representative of how culture like can impact someone. And I think like that if anything, like it is good in showing people like, hey, how you treat people affects them. Like look at what could happen, and that is good to an extent. Like that's something that does need to be talked about. But I think, just my personal opinion, like suicide is a super sensitive subject, and it's difficult, and it's hard to talk about, but it does need to be talked about. But I think it needs to be talked about carefully.
Yeah.
So
it's a fine line to walk on where you talk about it without approving of it.
Yes. Yeah. Like making it where it's an answer or solution. So if that's something anybody struggles with, there's always help. There are hotlines you can call. There's always somebody to talk to, and that is not the solution. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so we just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I'm glad we got to dish that out a little bit. Thank you, Trisha Earl, for commenting, and giving us some thought points. We really appreciate it.
And I have the 800 number in case anybody needs it or would like to pass it along to somebody who might need it. The suicide prevention line, 800-273-TALK. 800-273-8255, but it's easier to remember just 800-273-TALK.
Yeah.
And that's the suicide prevention number.
Awesome. Thank you so much, DG. Appreciate you looking that up for us. So, yeah, if anybody needs that. Also, your friends here at KTXT are always happy to talk to you.
Yeah.
So come talk to us. We'd love to have you here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into our next song, The One That Got Away by the Civil Wars. We have What's Trending coming up next with Professor Lisa Lowe, so y'all keep it locked to the left.
Okay. And also read a statement from Facebook, and we could talk about kind of the implications.
That'd be great.
We also have some student crisis numbers here at Texas Tech. We can also broadcast those when we come back. The Counseling Center here at Tech, 742-3674. And there's actually a 24-hour crisis hotline at Texas Tech as well, 742-5555.
Awesome.
There's free counseling for students, isn't there?
Exactly.
Yeah, there
so
is.
we
Yes.
definitely want to get those numbers out when we come back. But anyway, thanks, Professor Lowe, for joining us this week.
Yay.
We missed you so much last week.
I missed you too. I'm feeling better, but now I think I'm getting a spring cold,
Oh,
No.
man.
which is the worst.
Which
So I'll
means
try to-
you're going to have to go home and nurse yourself with
I wish.
sunshine and tea and
No.
other
Yeah.
beverages.
Students need
And other
me.
beverages.
The students.
There
the
you go,
students need me.
Tequila.
We'll keep you young.
I have
Keep you
tequila
alive.
in my cup. No, I'm just
There we go. I make no
Kahlua.
pretense that the
Sustainable.
students need DG.
We do,
Kahlua.
boss.
DG
I make
is
no
the
pretense
students'
that
more.
a lot of people don't have that in their office somewhere on campus. That's just an assumption.
I actually had a bet going with our dean's assistant, because she's got the keys to just about every room in this building, and I said, I'd bet you, biscuits to donuts. We could go through this office and amass quite a liquor collection.
I have too many bottles of Jack on my shelf.
Yeah,
But
medicinal.
it's sentimental. I had sent my interns on a field trip.
Yeah.
And they had to go to the arena, and apparently they found them in the bushes.
That's not
And so, and they're
surprising.
not sealed, so I'm afraid to even,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's Jack, but yeah,
I'm pretty
I've
sure.
kept them to remind me
Aw.
of Danny Hernandez, and I can't remember
That's so
the
funny.
other. Yeah, I'm getting old.
That's okay.
That's
DG,
okay.
I
Names
can't
are
remember
hard.
Names are hard.
Math is hard. Names are hard. Yeah. All right, so a little preview for you guys. New app called Clips.
Okay.
It's Apple's making a run at Snapchat and Insta.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Sweet.
Clips.
Cool.
Alrighty. Well, Facebook, we're going to go ahead. Y'all keep it locked to the left. We'll bring you what's trending coming up next. See y'all later.
You guys all stressed?
Yes, stressed. Yes,
Stressed.
everyone listening to GMTT, is anyone else feeling stressed about the end of the semester?
Who's feeling stressed?
Me.
I think we need
Raising my
to
hand.
bring in a big pile of puppies.
I think so too.
Yes,
And
I
kittens.
agree.
Therapy
agree.
puppies.
That would help so much. Just puppies make everything better.
Yes, they would make everything better. On the note of making everything better, we have a few from our last segment. We have a few help phone numbers. DG, is that what the correct terminology? Phone
Yes,
numbers that you
just-
can call.
I had a caller wanted to remind us that we do have a student counseling center here on
Yes.
campus.
Been very
And
good one.
there's that number, 742-3674. 742-3674. And there's also a 24-hour crisis hotline for Texas Tech students, and that number is 742-5555. So the Counseling Center, 3674, and the Crisis Hotline, 5555. And that's for tech people.
That's for tech students.
And don't forget,
specifically.
your professors have at least have some initial training
Yes.
and
Yes.
intervention. Not that we can intervene, but we can certainly facilitate help.
Yes.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed, go see your favorite professor.
Yes.
Okay.
They're here to help you and not just give you homework.
Well, there's that.
There's that too, but they love you also.
We love you.
All right, so on that note, we have Professor Lowe here in the studio with us to do a little bit of what's trending on the internet. So, hello, Professor Lowe.
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Doing well.
Doing well, yeah.
Doing well. We missed you last week.
I missed you
Got the
too. A
rain.
little under the weather. I'm getting a little stuffy this week. Of course, it's allergy season and all that crap. But
Yeah, all that crap.
all that
Relatable.
crap.
I understand.
But I did miss you, and there was so much to talk about last week, and I feel like it's just too late.
That's
you know?
okay. We did some. We talked a little bit about Pepsi and United
yeah,
and all
Yeah.
that. So
Had a really lively discussion and a guest lecture on Good Friday, believe it
Oh,
or not,
yeah.
about the Pepsi commercial. A lot of stuff, a lot of
feelings.
yeah, all the feels.
Wow.
wow, that's cool.
So,
what's
um,
trending this week?
Let's see. Today, a couple of lighter things. So, if you are interested in being happy, there's an app for that.
Oh,
Yep. It's called Happiness, the Happiness app, and it's by Matt Killingsworth. Track Your Happiness. You can download it, and it will ask you questions. And he has a really interesting TED Talk, if you're interested in hearing about it. And he says when your mind wanders is when you are the least happy.
Okay.
So when you find your mind wandering, stop it and bring it back to focus on the reality, because you tend to stress and focus on your anxiety.
That's
Yes,
true.
don't worry. Be happy. Yeah. Okay, so Track Your Happiness app. It's a thing. Then we've got Apple taking a run at Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook, of course.
Okay.
It has its own photo app. It looks very similar. I downloaded it but haven't tried it. It's called Clips, Clips, and you can search that in the Apple Store.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try it out and see what it's like.
Clips.
I'm not a Snapchat kind of girl.
I'm not
but,
good at it.
you
Me
know,
neither.
and Facebook stories, not for me either.
Nope.
No.
They're just not getting me, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it. So anyway, 2 apps. And then I heard you guys talk about, and initially I was going to talk about the murder and then I guess the suicide that resulted in the Cleveland shooting that you guys were talking about this morning. And I actually got in a fight with my son in the car. You know, he's 17, knows everything.
Of course.
And he said, "Mom, part of that was fake." And I said, "Where did you hear that?" I said, "How can you can't fake live video?" And he said, "Well, I don't know." And he got all defensive and teenagery on me. So, yeah, that's a word, right?
Teenager. Yes, I said parented last night repeatedly. So
I did some digging, and in fact, Facebook confirmed that was not streamed live. That the series of 3 videos were in fact posted by him, which means that they were not shot live. And if you are a nerd like me, you follow Facebook, and they have the F8 conference every year, and that's going on in San Jose yesterday and today. Okay. And Zuckerberg even made a statement. He said, "We have a lot more to do here. We are reminded of this week by the tragedy in Cleveland." So he's very cognizant of the fact that they were slow to take it down, but the reason that they were slow to take it down is that people didn't report the first video,
which is crazy to
That's
me.
crazy.
That nobody reported that.
I don't know, when somebody's behaving outrageously, you know, I don't know. I don't have a opinion about that.
How many followers did the guy have to begin with?
You know, it doesn't say how many followers he had. He went by the name of Stevie Steve. But I don't know.
So if you post a video to Facebook and you have no followers and it's in the forest,
Yeah.
What's the
And it
sound of
wasn't
one
live.
hand clapping?
yeah, I mean that's probably why it wasn't reported, because who's
Right.
following the guy?
So did it just get out that it was Facebook Live, and
I think it's just rumor. You know,
that's
that's
what it
just
was?
what
'Cause
happens.
That's it. Everything I've heard has been it was
I
on
know.
Facebook Live.
So, Facebook made a statement Monday night. As a result of this terrible series of events, we are reviewing our reporting flows to be sure people can report videos and other material that violates our standards as easily and quickly as possible. In this case, we did not receive a report about the first video and only received a report about the second video containing the shooting more than an hour and 45 minutes after it was posted. Wow. We received reports about the third video containing the man's live confession only after it had ended. So the third one was live where he confessed.
Okay, that's
Okay,
where
that's where it
okay.
came from. So yeah, it's easy to lose the facts, but there was the article. This is a Rolling Stone article, which seems pretty accurate.
Yes.
Less than a week ago, a 13-year-old boy in Atlanta accidentally shot and killed himself while messing with a gun on Instagram Live, as his friends watched.
Oh my goodness.
So I guess my question to you guys who are going to save the world for us, because clearly we don't know what we're doing, is what is Facebook's role in all of this? What responsibility? Where does their responsibility end and ours begin in terms of we call it the democratization of the web, because everyone has a vote now. Everyone can do and be anything they want online.
Right.
Where does our responsibility as users of this technology begin and end?
Yeah.
That's my question for the world at large. If you're listening,
That's
comment on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, since it wasn't reported, like if it hadn't been reported, it would still be on there despite the content of it. And does Facebook not monitor content?
So I know that they have super technology, for lack of a better descriptor, but I don't think that they can actually review video content.
Okay.
So they're going to have to increase their technology in terms of what's in the video content. Now, if you have words, you know, they have algorithms that go through and choose the words, but you have to report it.
Right.
And then you get into the fact where I know an artist here in town who is a wonderful painter, and she paints, some of her paintings tend to be of nudes, you know, and that's typical in the art world. Well, people will report her for inappropriate content.
Okay.
So what's the line?
Right.
So where do they end and where do we begin?
Well, and what scares me, especially for this, is, I mean, the only reason I knew about this initially was because my little brother texted my mom and sent her the link to the YouTube video of it happening. Somebody had taken it down and posted it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so he's already, you know, he's seen it. He's a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And my mom is like, the fact that my children can watch this that I don't want them to see.
Yes.
That's the age-old fear of
Yes.
the internet.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
mean, just that's crazy.
It is
to me.
crazy.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
And
but it's
where
what
does-
we've kind of built
Yep.
with our internet usage.
Yep.
Social
'Cause
media age.
it's very hard to
Yeah.
parental control the internet.
yeah, you can't
Yeah,
really.
you can't. It's
I read a really sad story last week about a boy who killed himself because his girlfriend broke up with him, kind of a fake thing on via text, and he was so despondent that he hanged himself.
oh my gosh.
It's just a
It's
lot
just
of
bad.
responsibility.
Yeah, a lot of responsibility, something
Wow.
we have to be conscious of.
Yeah.
Well, Professor Law, I really appreciate you coming in. We're closing in on the last minute
Yep,
of the
yep,
show.
sorry.
But no, it's okay. I'm really glad we got to have this conversation and discussion. Facebook, Radio World, thanks for tuning in with us. Make sure you tune back in on Friday for Goodfella Friday, GMTT, and we will be back here next Wednesday to entertain you again. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Everybody say bye. 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 Catch y'all next time.
All right, it's Undercurrents. I'm Greg McVicker. Welcome. Music from Sean Colvin on the way. Julian Taylor Band. A new release from Lunar Drive. Yeah.